Alright, hey there. I'm going to be doing another transcription video, a Soundslice transcription video. I posted one last night doing this crazy Thomas Griggs line, but I realized a lot of time was spent there just trying to figure out how to accurately represent these rhythms that really don't have any rhythm. It's not really meant to be something that's in time. And that's an interesting challenge and something that actually points out a lot of the strengths of Soundslice. But just to do something a little simpler, even though still not super simple, I thought it would be great to look at this Wes Montgomery solo from this live YouTube video, and which will be a little more straightforward. And then, we don't have all the complications, but also interesting things about notating and rubato, which I think actually Soundslice does really well, and it's a really cool thing to be able to have this out-of-time score syncing up with the performance video or audio, and then you can actually see which part the score note corresponds to. Now again, I don't work for Soundslice. I am friendly with those guys. I'm not like making any money off of promoting Soundslice, but I do think it's really, really cool software. And part of the reason for making a second video or any videos, I think it's fun. I like nerding out about this stuff, and might have some value to other people who are getting into transcription, and and want some tools to do it faster, because I've been transcribing for, I don't know, years, decades, I don't know, and this is definitely the fastest thing I've come across of how to do this stuff. So without further ado, so I've got my Soundslice account open. I'm going to copy this YouTube URL, and I'm going to hit a new slice, 4 on 6. I'm just going to do a few minutes on this, not the whole solo obviously, and see what we get, and just demo the process. And yeah, so I can just paste in that YouTube link right in there. I'm gonna hit notate and Soundslice, and this time I'm gonna time myself. We're gonna do about 10 minutes. I might go a little over. So jazz guitar, add the track. So with the YouTube videos, it might take a second for the waveform to be visible in this little waveform editor thing. I can still just listen and find it. I'm gonna look for the beat 1 of the solo, which is right, there's a little break where it happens. Not there, not there, right there, yeah. So let me just try to make sure I get that right in time. So I'm gonna get that beat 1 of the break to be the first sync point. And I'll put in the rest of the sync points, because this is all in time, so much easier than the Thomas Griggs transcription. I can just tap in on beat 1 and then notate the rhythms, and knowing Wes Montgomery, it's all going to be 8th note based, maybe some triplets in there, so it's not going to be too complex rhythmically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Oops, missed it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So I'm sure I'm not even going to do that much right now, but now I've got those bar lines, so everything should sync up to that. Feel pretty confident that those sync points are going to be pretty strong. And again, the waveform will show in a second. Sometimes you gotta like close it and maybe yeah, there we go. See? All right, so, and there is a little pickup note there. I'm gonna go right from the beat 1 of the break, and then I'll add another sync point in the beginning actually. I'm gonna input stuff in tab, because I'm a guitar child of the 90s and 2000s. Is just what I'm used to doing. I can read the notation, but just inputting it with the tab, especially with numbers, is gonna be much easier. Whoops, let's slow that down. There's some ghost notes, very quiet notes in there. Let's see if I can get them. He's playing those really quiet. It's really quiet. also, let's put a key signature in there. It's G minor. It's like G Dorian, but let's call it G minor. Make those. And then change that guy to be okay. So that looks like. I want to get the fingering too. It's obviously just going up the G scale, but I want to get the fingering. I want to see which string he's playing each note. I think he does some sort of slide up there, but I can't see quite where. And it's so let's see if we can figure out, there's a high C, and what beat does that high C come on? We can determine what the rhythm is here. Yeah, this is kind of just, I hear this is like a quarter note with a grace note before it. Whoops. So I added a beat before, and hit G, grace note, and hit S. I kind of hear it like that. I like that. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 1. Yeah. So later I might go and I figure out, okay, where is he sliding or hammering on in here, and maybe string locations in there. Maybe just give a quick lesson, see if I can catch any hammer-ons. I hear a slide here, maybe. And those are all hit with that thumb. Yeah, that's, so I feel okay about it. It's kind of interesting fingering. Yeah, he does a lot of that kind of stuff, just like sliding around the top strings rather than playing in position. And then I'll also add in a bar beforehand, which is actually, and I'll put in like a sync point randomly here, but it's really going to be like just an eighth note pickup. Or we could do it a few different ways, actually. Yeah, it's just gonna be right there, because I'm gonna do a pickup measure. So I can just say pickup bar, and I think that'll do it. Yeah, I can just. I like that. That works. Yep. For now, like I said, I'm just doing it kind of a little bit quickly, and just getting some things down, and then we'll go from there. So that seems pretty good. That looks like that's the. Looks pretty good. I make it look bad. Oh yeah, because that's coming. Where's the? Guess it's right here. Works for me. Okay. And you know, sync points don't have to be super exact. Let's see what happens after that C. They just not too complicated. Yeah, it's just kind of easy. So it just does this again. Whoops, just copy that over. Whoops, sorry about that. Easy. I mean, you could notate that, like, I don't know, you could get really granular about how you want to notate that slide. Let's just call it a grace note, you know? I mean, you know, you could call it, I could call those like triplets in there, like, you know, 1, 2, triplet, 3, 4, triplet, 1, but it doesn't really matter, you know? I could do that later. I could, you know, decide, sleep on it, how I want to notate that. So see, And I can just go, this is great, I can just go, I know that's bar 4, I can listen to exactly bar 4 right there, you know, and that's going to be right there. There's my bar 4 in the score, there's my bar 4 in the waveform and the video, you know. It's really great. What does that button do? Oh, that's useful. Yeah, sure. So that's dotted. So this is a lot easier than the Thomas Griggs thing. I think it's probably just another dotted note. Again, you know, I'll go over this with a fine comb later, but just kind of. So I know it's da da da, but where is he fingering it? That's interesting. So I hear that sounds like a pull off. Where is he playing that? I'm trying to figure out which string those notes are on. I think it's actually all on the same string. Yeah, so that sounds. Yeah, that's tied out. I think that's beat 2, right? Tie that over. But again, I'm not sure if he's fingering it right there. I like trying to find the exact fingering. And I'm just looking at his thumb to try and determine where he's playing those notes. Yeah, my guess looks correct. 2 and 3 and great. Let's see what I got so far. There's my timer, so I might just do just another minute. This is fun. So I got a nice 4 or 5 measures in there, and a lot of it is just like setting up the original thing. But now it's pretty easy. Let's see what beat this comes in. 1, 2, 3. That and of 2. 1, 2, and yeah, and of 2. So. So that sounds like classic kind of Wes 9th arpeggio. Let's see, does he finger it there? That looks like that's where he fingered it. Actually, he might do this note over here. Yeah. That's easier. Again, I'm not sure if he's fingering it there. I think it might actually be over here. Yeah. Again, I like to check the fingering, and you know, later they'll show his left hand, that makes it easier. I mean, getting the pitches is not that bad, you know, but it's really nice to see where he's doing it. That looks like this, yeah. Yeah, that looks right. Whoops, so is that correct? Yeah. quiet note in there. Yeah, something. I know I'm going past my 10 minutes, but just get into it. It's fun. Shit. That was wrong. Yeah, it's kind of just repeating that motif, yeah. Great motif, actually, you know. I'm gonna guess he's fingering there. I haven't been looking at the fingering super closely here, but let's just double check it. I'm just looking at which string he's hitting, you know. Ooh, love that upstroke with that thumb. You see that? That's so cool, right? To see the note and the upstroke at the same time. I mean, note and the thumb stroke. Yeah, it's very cool. Is that the right rhythm? And then there's nothing, right? I think it's another, you know, another one of these. Yeah, well actually this okay, I'll do this last line because it's really easy. I've heard this before. It's just like an ascending pattern. And it goes up in whole steps, I think, and we'll call that, we can fix the harmonics later too, but well, why not, you know. Is it whole tone? What does he do? I think so. Yeah, so just checking that note, so yeah. It's just this little, what is that, augmented triad, you know, and yeah, I'm okay with these. I kind of want to call that F sharp instead. Let's be flat, so. And I think it just holds that note. That's 2, right? The next note's gonna be 2. 2. Where does he play it? You just see it. Does he do that on a high string? You can slow it down. The notes are easy. But yeah. Oh, I meant. I'm trying to do a 10. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's interesting. He does an interesting little side stretch there. That looks like, yeah, he's doing kind of a big reach without even using his pinky there, but it makes sense because the way he's holding his hand, excuse me, the way his hand is positioned on the fretboard, he can get that third finger to reach from the 12th fret to the 8th fret, which is, you know, pretty significant. And it's funny because it's so the opposite of like the classical guitar technique. I think those are 8th notes here. Oh, and this is a. And alright, it's hard to stop. It's really fun. So I know I set the timer for a while ago, but. Alright, let's just stop there. I'll just stop there on that. Ah, God, I really want to get that one more. I think that's actually not an 8th note there also. Slow that down. Yeah, that definitely sounds like beat. That's cool. I love the mix of the blues stuff in there. Alright, I'm so close. Well. That's great. Let's finish it off. Let's do the whole. It's a whole 18 bars if you include the 2 measure of pickup. Let's just do it. Does he slide that? Yeah, he slides that. Pull off. So, you know, having good ears helps, and being able to see it helps. Same line again. I think you might pull off to the C. I think that's it. Just like a kind of ghost note here. Whoops. I can go O for ghost note. Yeah, that's it. That's the whole thing. I think that's a slide or something. That's definitely a slide, yeah. Great, whole note rest there. Okay, so let me just double check the what's it called? Articulations, hammers, slurs. I also want to change in these because this is like, this is great. Great altered line. Over, I think D7, right? Because it's like, yeah. Could do a little harmonic analysis of that. Make the video a little bit longer if I did a harmonic analysis of every line here, but yeah, so that looks good. It's nice. Very nice. I think this is pretty good. So I know I said only 10 minutes, but look, I got the whole 16 bars. Was this rhythm right? Da, 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 da. I think just the sync points were a little off. Yeah, I want to just get that right there. But the rhythm is definitely correct. Yeah. 1, 2, and 1. Is that right? I think. That's not right. Something, I feel like something's a little funky with this waveform, but that's okay. Just look at it again. Put that right there. Whoops. Yeah, you can kind of call this quiet. I'm gonna call it da 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 da. Oops. That just happens when if you accidentally like loop any of this, it'll excuse me, if you highlight something in the waveform, it'll loop it. I'm comfortable with that rhythm. You know, maybe I could listen to it 5 more times and call it something else, but I think that works. 1, 2, and 4, and 1. Yeah, sorry. 1, 2, and 4, and 1. 1, 2, and 4, and 1. It's also so quiet. I mean, you could call like this like like these 4 notes maybe are like a triplet starting on the end of, you know, 2, but it's much more practical to just call it this. And also it's the kind of thing that I feel like he's really, that's more what he means to play, and then in the music the rhythm isn't metronomic, you know, it's more about the intention. Da 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 da, you know? Yeah, it's like, it kind of bothers me to see that going a little bit off. It's just that feels more correct than to call it something more complicated. Yeah, I might fix that later, but it does bother me a little bit that doesn't sync up right. But that's, you know, again, the music isn't metronomic. You can play with the time, and I think it's more that rhythm than anything else. But that does bother me. I'm gonna let it go for right now. Yeah, so I feel pretty good about that overall. Again, go through it later with a fine comb, maybe put the chord symbols in there. But let's just see what it looks like, you know, if I just shared this with somebody. First of all, they could start it right here. Or they could start it a little earlier down here. So I could, like, you know, start it before. And then the score will just start running once I get to that sync point. So there's some things annoying me, like maybe I do want to call that a triplet. So maybe I'll fix that. But otherwise, though, that'll be longer than 10 minutes, but maybe about half an hour. But, you know, I'm going over with a fine comb here. But yeah, I feel pretty good about that. And maybe I'll even share that on my channel. So I hope that was useful or